Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our 4th Age Total War North Rune campaign. And I'm glad to see we're finally getting some new family members here by adoption. We've lost quite a few, our family tree is rapidly aging, but here we've got a youthful contender, and I think I'll take him. I mean, he's not good. Inept governor, incompetent commander. Possibly we should hold out for a bit better, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and take him. He's going to appear probably at our capital, is that right? Yeah, somewhere down here. And since he's not good, what I like to do with these guys who are just kind of bad all around is make them generals. They're liable to do less harm as generals than they are as governors. So let's go ahead, we'll retrain him, and since we're spending the time anyway, we may as well queue up another unit of Chief's men. We'll give him some armor, I think is what he's getting there, and then we'll send him off with this force. And they'll catch up because they'll be all cavalry. That way we'll have a youthful governor of this army, or general of this army, and that'll allow us to recruit mercenaries and do other things. But yeah, the family members who are leading your cities, then it's all their traits, right? You can't do anything about that. You can't intervene in any way in their traits. They just rule the city, and that affects the income, the cost of training and buildings and all sorts of things, happiness. But with the battles, of course, you can intervene in those, so the traits are a little less important in that case. Okay, we've got a new heir, and let's check this guy. Okay, yeah, he's very old. He's seasoned, actually, but he's the new heir, so fine. We'll take it. We can see in this turn that the armies of Rune are approaching us, getting a bit closer. And I guess we may as well move up and attack this army here. This is going to be a field battle. Ooh, maybe we want to wait. Maybe we want to wait. Let's do it, because we're very close to the city. It's not under siege. It's close in terms of the strength ratio. And yeah, this is not too bad, actually. It was War Waynes, but it's literally only 3 guys, or three Waynes. So I think we'll be just fine. We'll get rid of this army. And notice, too, that they're sending their flinders and, you know, chunks and pieces and leftovers, right? This is not their best. So I think we have succeeded in doing a fair amount of damage. But if we didn't attack them here, we would be under siege the following turn, I'm quite sure, and that interrupts income and everything. So where it's easy to do, you may as well take advantage. And also, we're very likely to lose this governor pretty soon. So let's go ahead and just deploy. And really, the only thing we want to do is make sure our slings are out front. Okay, this is very forested terrain, unfortunately. Oh, this is horrible. Okay, just for the purposes of deploying my guys so I can see them, I'm going to have to do this. Let's put the longbowmen like in the middle here where they're going to be kind of protected. Let's see, we do have a few skirmishers. Them like there. And we'll get the axemen, yeah, in the center, I guess. We've got swordsmen. They can be here. And then we've got all of these warband. Yeah, so maybe what I'll do is have the warband out kind of in the front, and the axemen can back them up off to the left. Something like that. We've also got variags. Just a few of these units. You and you, and I think that's everything. So we'll group them up, and the AI, let's see, since they are defending, they're going to choose the ground. It's probably going to be up here. So we can get right to the edge of the map. Yep, there they are. And I'll work up here, sort of on the edge of the tree line. But now they didn't withdraw, but they might. You know, this is a weak enough army that we're facing that they might decide to just leave the battlefield pretty soon. don't think they have much ranged stuff, so we could actually probably get a few shots in here relatively safely. Okay, we actually are firing. All right, let's move a bit closer, try that again. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna let this happen. Here come the skirmishers, and there's warband. But we've got our own warband. These are the levies that are from Rune proper, right? These are not from, like, they're not our version of the warband, so they don't get a bonus in the snow. Alright, so that they're actually going to stick around and do a little bit of fighting. Let's get the swords involved. We've got axemen coming. Bring the cavalry around to the right, but we do have to watch out. There is a family member here off in the back. Alright, they've got 2 units of axemen. Okay, they're holding off, which is great. I'm gonna take them out piecemeal here. Alright, here comes some cav. Let me get my axes in there. I'm not too worried about this cavalry unit. I think we'll go ahead and engage with our own cav. Alright, let's get the spearmen up and let's end this battle. It's a little it's going on a little long. Alright, looks like skirmishers back there, not much else. Alright, and I do want to be careful with my general. As an old general, he's going to have some bad traits that are going to make him easier to kill. Alright, and there's the call for retreat, I'm quite sure. But, you know, I think we can go ahead and risk him against these retreating skirmishers. Maybe even the axemen. Yeah, the Waynes are getting caught in the trees a little bit here. But yeah, I think we want to make use of him while we have him. This is, unfortunately, a cavalry unit that we're not going to get for a while. Right, so as soon as he dies, we just won't have any more cav for quite some time. So we may as well hit these guys in the back, take them out if we can. He's probably going to die. You know, he could die at the end of this turn anyway, just of old age. Actually, that warband is... oh, this is a warband unit. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's keep it in the fight. We're doing quite well, actually. Oh, shoot. Waynes. Okay. Yeah, let's... who do we have left? All right, let's just end the battle. I don't want to take more losses against the chariots there. They came back, interestingly. But we still got our general, and we'll see if he lives at the end of this turn. Okay, looks good. So they are going to get away. Of course, they kept their family member. So we will see them again, and they're probably going to merge that unit up with maybe these guys. But that's one turn we won't have to worry about a siege. So we can get some mercs, and I think I'd rather get them from down here, because we need them more around Tham. We've got the ability to train stuff in Raycost, but we don't in Tham, so we should probably consider just keeping up the training down here. Let's see, let's retrain all of you and train another unit. We've still got over 5,000 population. Mustering fields are almost done, and I'm going to send one of these units into the south. We may lose him, Right, he may get intercepted by some armies that I can't quite see, but I think I will risk that. So the goal with this army is primarily to capture more territory in the east, not to defend, not to maintain a static defense, because that's just a way to lose over a longer period of time. The way to secure yourself so that you don't have problems is to go on the offensive and take territory from the people who are giving you problems. So then the focus is on them. Ulgan is an attuned governor, so that's Tham, which is great. I'm going to keep it... Oh, we need to have this on low taxes. I've been forgetting. But yes, we need to keep this, I think, as it is. I could probably put it on local. And he's a competent governor. So yeah, let's do that. Let's check his trait, though, his loyalty trait. He's currently supportive, which is great. So why is that? A lot of my guys are not supportive. It could be because the authority of my faction leader is going up, because we're capturing this territory. I think we saw last episode it was around 6. It could also be that he's from the same family as our faction leader. So there's all sorts of traits. Like if you have a faction leader who is the same subculture or sub-faction, or if there's some kind of family relationship, like father to son, then that can be a way of increasing this trait, this what we call the opinion of liege trait. So supportive is good. This is the lowest of the positive versions of this trait. Below supportive, it will get start giving you some negatives. Okay, we can just about get this army here. Yes. Let's go like in the trees somewhere. See if we can hide in the trees. Because I can't quite get him to Tham this turn, but we can move a little bit closer. And you know what? If they're chasing these single units of warbands out in the plains, then they're not besieging us, right? All right, and we do have... Oh, we've got a lot more options now. Okay. I forgot that we were going to get horses with Tier 2. So yes, this is where you see a little bit of the redundancy of the levy system. So when you are an Easterling faction, and you're conquering Easterling territory that's not yours, that is therefore a fiefdom land, you might see some of this, where you've got warband and then a slightly different flavor of warband. As we've already explained, there are differences between these. The difference in terms of numbers, difference in terms of bonuses to terrain types. So we're going to mostly down here train these Easterling warband levies, but Rakos does have winter. So it is worth retraining these Mountain Warband and these Easterling Skirmishers, both of which do get bonuses to fighting in the snow. These Eastland Raider levies, though, are not getting a bonus to combat in the snow, but I think I will train one because otherwise we don't have any cav. And in order to make room for that, let's see, we can probably combine a few units here. So 62, how many Barding Watch levies can we get in a unit? 70, okay. That might not be enough to combine. Yeah, there's not going to be enough left over. Actually, no, there will, right?
Yes, Captain.
No. I don't know how to add. Okay, we've got 2 guys left over. Let's just disband them, honestly, or we can use them to throw off the enemy. How about that? We can move them up here, and someone will have to go after that unit if they want to go after it. So just using these little units as a distraction for the AI. That gives us some room so that when we train this unit of horsemen, they'll have a slot to fit into, and they won't appear outside the city. So that'll be good. Okay, yeah. What else do we want to build here now? I guess we got to go with Urban Province if we want to get up to the next tier. But unfortunately, the income is not looking great. Let's give it a bit of time because we've already got the Urban Province built in Tham. And that means that we will be able to get all the way up to hosting halls without any delay. Right? We've already got the consultation building. It's an open policy. We can just go 1, 2, 3 and get up to our retainer wains get up to our Axemen of Rune, you know, get all of our good stuff. So, well, almost all of our good stuff. Once we start taking, I think Thordram, I think this is going to be a homeland for us. Not sure. But that'll be something to check in on for the next turn. Let's see, we can probably combine even more units here. But let's wait. I want to make sure I've got a full stack in Raycoast and I've got a decent stack in Tham. Alright, we do have a siege. Alright, they went for it a little sooner than I would have thought. And another candidate for adoption. You know, I might want to hold out at this point. We've got our one general that I want. And so if we're going to start losing governors and, you know, if I don't have a lot of field commanders out and about, I'm going to be wanting guys to sit in cities and govern. And this guy's just terrible at that. So we're going to get another offer at some point. We can wait. All right, we've got some good stuff now in Raycoast. Once again, it's winter. Okay, so Khand and Harad going to war. That doesn't really affect us, at least at the moment. And we can sally out and attack this army. Should be very straightforward. Before we queue that up, though, let's just check. 2 turns for the Fiefdom Dominion. No more mercenaries yet. But we can just barely get this unit into Tham. Great. And probably, eventually, we could deal with this if they were to sally out. Okay, we've actually also got the option to, you know, train more agents. So let's just keep doing that. Right, rogues and scouts, and we haven't done this in a couple of turns. All right, failure. Failure. Okay, we're just having horrible luck, and our guys are probably getting worse. They're losing subterfuge stat as we continue to fail over and over again. Okay, and there was an army up here. But now it's gone.
Move out. Unable to move.
Well, let's do this. Since I think that we're going to not have trouble around Barra's Doom for a little while, I'm going to take 4 of you units. And we will move them around. They're not going to be catching up with the whole army. That's okay. I've got 2 units here. That means there'll be 2 open slots for mercenaries, I guess. And then these guys can just be backup. Sort of reinforcements. So by the time we get down to around Thordram, we'll have them kind of nearby. So time to do our sally battle here. Very straightforward. Captain, no cav. All right, it's the usual setup. We've got slingers out front. We've got our melee guys behind. Here we've got our more aggressive melee guys on the right, being the Hillman Axe levies and the Barding Watch levies. And they're going to do their usual thing of sending out some troops towards us to get shot up. We're going to get just close enough, I think, to shoot these Axemen pretty soon. They're going to catch our slingers, possibly. But they're also going to rout, so great. And the slingers are going to get involved. Okay, I'll pull them back. More Axemen coming up to the line. So we got rid of 1, maybe 2 units. Okay, there's the retreat. Again, I'm not going to super aggressively pursue these guys. I got some javelins on my general. I guess he can ride up. But we can do some damage with that. And we primarily want to preserve the army here. So let's not run our cav in front of our slings, shall we? Move around over here. Take out these Axemen. They're probably going to rout under fire here pretty soon. And we can use our new cav to, you know, run down the enemy, I guess. It might even not be a bad idea to use my chief's men and just get them completely wiped out if we can. Alright, let's go here, and let's actually go here. We'll take out the Axemen. I'm not too worried about my, my general anymore, because we're in a pretty good position. Now we've got cavalry. We can train and retrain as we like. They're fairly cheap. Yeah, let's take out this warband unit, I guess. So it just changes the calculus a little bit. Like before I was being very protective of him. He was the only cav unit I had, but now we've got these guys, which are quite decent, numerous, cheap cav. Let's run down here, we'll help them. We'll do this again. We got 85 warband here. What are the numbers? 48. Okay, so yeah, we'll definitely not completely wipe out this force. But we'll take out some units. And it is satisfying just to get them to rout like that. I think we only lost one of our levy cav. So we'll just let them rout off the battlefield here. And I think that was the only army that I've seen in the area around Ray Coast. At least the only big army that's nearby. So this is all very good. Once we get that other army up around Barra's Doom, you know, past the Iron Hills into enemy territory, I think we'll see this slow down quite a bit. So yes, I don't think we have anything else to do, and I'm not going to build anything in Ray Coast, so let's stop with that. We were going to set this up to local governance, so let's do that now before I forget again. And we'll watch, because supportive... okay, now he's dutiful, actually. Wonderful. You know, I want to check my... my leader's... okay, his authority is still the same as it was the last episode. So I think... I wonder if he became dutiful because he was the governor and that eventually kicked off, or... who knows? Oh, come on. You have no prayer. Okay, here we go. This was good. Good. A good little distraction there. We're going to just... let's see. This is 3 men. I'll withdraw from the battle. That'll draw them away. They will cheat. Stand up from kneeling and attack me again. We'll auto-calc. And we killed nobody, but we do have 1 survivor? Okay, no, yeah. The army's wiped out. That's fine. So we do have another stack in the area to contend with, and we do have another potential sally around Tham to do, but let's get these guys together here.
Unable to move. Orders.
All right, it'll be next season, I think, we'll meet them up. At some point, you know, you've got to accept a loss of movements on the part of this unit in order to make it more efficient, right? Because what's going to happen is once they've spent a turn under the command of this governor, they're going to inherit his increased movement points, right? And partly he's moving a lot faster because he's a cav unit, but also, actually, no, he's... he's lenient, so that's probably good. Yeah, easy going, minus 10% movement points. Okay, so he's not that great in terms of speed on the battlefield. We'll probably just combine him next turn. Okay, but we did get our hosting halls in Barra's Doom. So yeah, now I feel even better about taking some of these units away. If we see a threatening army, we can always train up a couple of these Easterling axe hurlers. So we don't need to keep large garrisons there anymore. And let's see, Tham is besieged, very annoying. And, you know, I haven't really seen the Bjornings make any aggressive moves lately, so I'm happy to leave everything pretty much the way it is down here. Let's just check the diplomacy again to make sure that they're still allied with Dorwinion, still owned by Dorwinion, as a matter of fact. And Dorwinion is at war with all kinds of people, which is going to make for an interesting, you know, later part of the campaign for me. Let's see, we can do some retraining it again. But because we're down to 1 season here, I think we have to do this Sally. I'm so tempted to auto-calc it, but I just can't because we've got these very good units. And I don't trust the auto-resolve not to, like, eliminate 1 or 2 of those units. The auto-resolve in this mod is better than it is in vanilla. Right, in vanilla there are a lot of problems with how the auto-resolve factors in things like chariots and missile troops, but the auto-calc here is more sensible, but still I like to have total control over that aspect of the game. So we'll just group these all up, give them the fire at will, group you guys up as well, and I really just want everybody So we'll do this. What else do we have? Okay, we got some warband. They can be up the front also. And we've got some axes. Maybe they can be over here. And I think that's it. Just the general and the cav then. Yeah, they may just flee, like, as soon as we get formed up. That's the annoying thing about this. If we did the auto-resolve, we would have taken a bunch of losses, but there's a chance we're going to take 0 losses in this battle, and they're just going to leave. So all the more reason to keep doing what we're doing. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's just wasting my time. We're just going to get up here and throw some javelins as punishment into the back of these Axemen of Rune. I don't think we have a chance of... I don't think it would be wise to take out these units, but yeah. Alright, and that's it. 76 men. Very frustrating. Sometimes you feel like the AI knows exactly that you're a human player and you're going to get tired of doing this sort of thing, and it just does it to wear you down emotionally. Okay, so they're going to back off. We don't have any retraining we can do, but we are able to get one of our scouts out of the city here. We'll keep the one with the network, and I want to send you over into the west to see what we've got coming here. Okay, yeah, more of the same. So they're fielding a good mix of Easterling-style troops. So this is the border, though. This is their frontier with Dorwinion, and that's their ally. So they're not going to have this very well manned. But I do want to get a spy over here and just see what Dorwinion looks like. You know, how high is it buffing its own frontier with Rune? And if we... Oh my. Okay, so the Shire is destroyed. So there's no video for this. I can't remember if that was intended or if that was just an oversight. I mean, clearly, I don't think we intended to have a blank screen there, but... Okay, here we go. So this was worth waiting. He's youthful, he's an expert governor, he's an expert commander, he's a plainsman from the tribe of the Bitter Wind, which I think is a new tribe for us. Wow, he's energetic, intelligent. The only thing he's not is not charismatic, but that doesn't matter too much. Higher settlement happiness, potentially higher troop morale. Meh. Careless fighter, though, so we might want to keep him out of the field. But yes, we'll definitely take him. And where's he going to be? Dale? Yeah, Fandos of the Tribe of the Bitter Wind. He's uncharismatic, hence the helmet. So, where do we want him? Let's see, we've got 3 generals, but we're going to get 3 cities. And I think I want him to come along with this army. We'll send him exactly in this direction. Maybe he'll pick up these mercenaries on the way, or these other troops. And yeah, in the interest of preserving not movement points but supply, we'll halt here, and then next turn continue our approach into the east, because we're going to want like a governor in each settlement, in theory. So okay, Tham, great. Oh, that's Ray Coast. Okay, Tham, beautiful. So control posts again. That's going to give us the Easterling Warband levies that we've seen up in Ray Coast, but well worth it. Okay, and this is a larger army. They may turn around and decide to hit us. Alright, so what do we want to do now? We've got 2 chiefs men. I'm going to move them down. We're going to do the same kind of thing. Just making room for our units. And I'm going to train another unit of cav. It's good to have a couple of them. And for you, yeah, let's go with another assassin. And here we've got another one here. Let's try taking out this building. This is like the most well-defended building ever. You know what it might be? Oh, successful. Okay, what did we destroy? Homeland Dominion. Wonderful. So that's actually Good, good, good. 100% damage. All right. So that's going to make it, I think, harder for them to do things. Let's try this building. I don't know what it is. Fails. Okay. We probably will want to get a spy over there. So let's actually reverse this. And you know, I wonder. 39%. That's probably part of the problem. We've got either a spy in here or a governor with some good traits. Some anti-spy traits. Okay, let's move down and see what we have in Mordor before we lose line of sight forever. Wow, okay, they're looking pretty strong. A couple of large armies here. Okay, so they lost this to rebellion, or maybe the Reunited Kingdom took it and lost it to rebellion. But Adunabar is not done for. Let's get up into this part of the world. Okay, and unfortunately, we're just going to have to passively wait here for a few turns for Rune to attack us. All right, and they haven't, I don't think, because we don't want to. Again, we don't want to get out of the field too far from the city and potentially lose it to bribe or a sudden assault. So here, oh, interesting. So here, Dorwinian men-at-arms. This is one of the sort of Dunedain-inspired units available to Dorwinian. This is, I think, a tier 4 military unit. Very in keeping with the theme of Dorwinian as a mannish realm that has sort of Northman and Dunedainic heritage. They've got a lot of units that are your basic Rovanian tile, Wilderland type units, archers, skirmishers, spearmen, axemen. But they also have this Dunedain element. And someone is asking in the comments, I think to this series, a little while back, about what is Dorwinian like in this mod? Are there any elves in it? And no, I directed them to an article which I think is no longer available online, sadly, by Lalaeth, who is, or was, sort of a writer, speculative writer on the worlds of Tolkien, and had the Middle-earth science pages up for years, and this was, you know, a decade or more ago at this point. And then put all that stuff down, put all these very interesting articles away, got rid of the website, because he collected all of that stuff into a book and sold it on Amazon. So you can find some of the stuff there. But there was an article called something about the King Blood Orthan of Dorwinion. And the point of this article was that King Blood Orthan was a mannish king of the mannish kingdom of Dorwinion. And sort of he proved in that article, or made the argument, that Dorwinion was founded by men of the Dunedain. Alright, great. We'll get a mercenary here. Probably, more specifically by Gondor, probably in the middle parts of the Third Age, when Gondor was expanding far into the east. Got realms as far east as the Sea of Rhun. And so it kind of makes sense that they would have, you know, given that the Sea of Rhun is right here, that Gondor could have settled this area, and that could account for the presence of wine here, right? Because wine is something that is associated with well, I guess the people of Gondor to some extent, Numenor, elves as well, arguably. And so others have made the case. I think Michael Martinez is one who make the case for an elven Dorwinian. So it's something we played with as a team when we were designing the Avari faction in Wayne Riders, which are, of course, an elven group which is centered around here. Not in Dorwinian, but close enough that you could sort of go for either interpretation. Okay. No building here. We are training here. All right. We'll do another turn or two. Very pleased to see that Rune is getting the message. They're holding back. But let's keep this up. If we can... Oh, okay, good. Just as well. Alright, that succeeded, and that was the Homeland Dominion yet again. And let's try the next thing down, and he's dead. Okay, so that gets rid of a couple of bad rogues. This guy's still got his 3 eyeballs. And we've got another rogue down in Tham. So maybe we want to move him somewhere else. Like, I think down here would be good. These are settlements that Rune has had forever. 75%. All right, we get in. Public order 70. Oh, all right. So let's go down here. Let's queue up sabotage. Here we go. We can see what we've got. Oh, 36%. That's pretty terrible. Okay, he's got no stats. So we'll go for another rogue, another spy. And I just want to create some chaos down here because I think these are where they're going to get a lot of high-tier troops. In fact, let's see. Okay, this is mustering fields. It could be higher, but they haven't built it up above the minor province yet. So this is not a very well-developed settlement. Here we don't know. Let's give it a shot. Okay, I figured we were going to lose him anyway in a couple of years. He's getting old. But yeah, this army is just content here to stand on my trade routes and prevent me from making money, which is actually better than besieging me. All right, and we're going blind here. We don't have any spies in the region, so we should probably address that. Let's get you up here. Yeah, oh my gosh. They really want to have a lot of stuff around Gwaithring. So this army has to be strong enough, and I think it is, to capture Thordram and hold it. Now, this for sure would be a homeland again. Well, actually, you know what? This might make more sense. Here's why. If we take this, we're going to be bordering Dorwinion anyway. Right? And so, why not take this? This is definitely a homeland for us. It's got a lot of population. So it may be pretty well built up. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. We want to take this. This will be really close to our supply lines, and then we'll grab this one. So we've sort of hopscotched. It's not what I wanted, but we're being left alone by Rune at the moment. And they don't have much over here. Neither does Dorwinion. So if Dorwinion causes trouble for us, then we can theoretically just go through here and start emptying out their soft underbelly, right? Okay, so just checking for scouts. We don't have any over here anymore. They must have died of old age. Before this guy does, let's head him up into Gorgoroth. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, maybe this was Harad then. Wow. All right. I'm glad I'm not dealing with it. This is very interesting. So this is Harad. Pelennor has fallen to the Harad Rim. Wow. Okay, North Athilian. Daggerlad is under siege, probably by Harad. Wow. All right, and I don't know what's over here, so let's check this out. This is probably Dorwinion. Yeah, Dorwinion is besieging Adunabar here, and they've got halberdiers. This is another relatively unique unit to Dorwinion. I think Dale can train them. I don't think Rovanian can. But wow. All right, so we will be helping out with Dorwinion at some point. Do we want to do any more training?
Yes, Captain. Move out.
All right, we'll move you over next turn. And who do I want to get rid of up here? Oh, actually, this unit. Yeah, because this unit can be retrained in Tham. Let's move you into the trees. Good. Another couple of turns. We'll get you retrained. And yeah, onward to Gwaithring. Okay. They just want 10,000 Mirian. They want both of their settlements back. And they want overlordship. No, absolutely not. Alright, so they're going to besiege Tham. Fine. We're not going to deal with that in this episode. We're just going to move our armies into the east. And I got to be careful with this guy. So I'm not going to move him without sending some spies to make sure it's looking pretty safe. But I think we're liable to be in very good shape once we get Gwaithring. So let's move over here. And what I want to do with him actually is leave him some movement points. One thing you can do if you are in trouble and you're attacked by an overwhelming force is make sure that your army has at least some movement points. If there's no hope of you winning the battle, but you want to keep the army or keep the units, you can take the battle, actually go onto the battlefield and withdraw from the actual battlefield. Then you'll be able to march all the way back to your home territory. I think that's how it works. You'll sometimes see the AI doing this, and you're like, come on, how can you do that? You don't have any movement points left, right? It can't be possible. But that's how they do it. You can do it too, if I remember correctly. Let's see if we can do some damage here. We could kill our own scout, 15% chance of that. Or we've got a 54% chance of wrecking Homeland Dominion. And that succeeds. So that means, I think, that they can't train. Right? Because I think Homeland Dominion is a prerequisite. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, next turn, we should be, or next episode, we should be in place to take Gwaithring, and then really see what Dorwinion is going to do about that. That is, in some ways, my biggest concern, because they do have a pretty strong presence here. It's low-tier stuff, but, you know, if they attack me here, you know, on the one hand, it would be kind of great. We'd take Fornhud back. It's a chief city. It's our homeland. Infrastructure's all there, and we could start taking this back. It'll be easier to get under our control. We get this fort. We don't need it anymore, you know, as a buffer, and we just go and capture all this nice rich land from Dorwinion, who is, you know, enmeshed in wars to the south and west. So I think that is going to be the plan for next time. We'll see how they respond when we take Gwaithring. And then, of course, we'll fight this little siege. I think this is going to be something we do off camera in between episodes. But when we come back, we're going to be doing a few battles possibly for Gwaithring. See you then.